Andy, Mammy Brown, where not Kala.
What do you want to say?
So there no problem here.
You're not on job.
There's no problem.
As a color the fish.
Where you have bank of foul and bank of foul.
Okay.
That is black banana.
Okay.
All right. Sir Whiskey, Eddie, it was from Poma Show. I am some kind of this. I didn't have a show. The on work I will replace Aziz answer. Now, Obusa said, this Ivorian, what's the name? Amaturi.
Yeah.
Last 10 years, no,
last 10 years.
I can't want to know. I say, Aziz answer and Kahondia. That's all no outside side.
So you are to the Wabako Bear Trail.
No, they know all the
last 10
they know the
picky pan.
Yes.
There be any last 10 years.
Yes.
Which will be 2012 around. Masoko do time.
And you also Aziz Amunyo on some film. Because time I know when the peak.
Okay.
You will not come best in
okay, Martinez. Who's Aziz the end and watch the pan.
2013.
Seven how can you pick 2012. So 2012 that coach Masoko do the Kotoko League. Baba Rahman, Afrin Pong, almost
the last. Maybe the Nipa no my 3 strikers.
I know that. Okay.
Obi my say Yakuba.
I know you're different from the that one is different. You know, let me say I'm already a question by 10 by an American. Okay. Obi say Conte jai 3 back nebo. Na edie na amore na hu on the 3 back na no so bebo. Na 3 back a useful in the modern day football. Na offer the 3 back no na over 4 back na why na you successful. So you say 3 back no it is still youthful e modern football. Na Antonio Conte di manager 3 back ne say team na wakọ akofa no Napoli no oni materials or the bot 3 back obetimi abono dia wini bibi nti na ama na switch ko 4 back na ndi no a football sa na tie system na opesa obon you need personality for the system tama no o Bazagli or Kileli or Leonardo Bonucci so you know obon 3 back is solid the Bastoni the Acerbi and the Matthew Damien 3 back at Inter Milan solid. Cesar Spilicueta, David Luiz, Gary Cahill, or Rudiger, David Luiz, Gary Cahill 3 back on solid. Our personalities for that particular setup. Intina Orba na Ombre, Ben Davies, Van der Ven, and then Christian Romero 3 back at Tottenham. No, you're very okay. Inti Orba na Omre, nenye 3 back nkwa. No sa our players are within the wing back row no omutimi bono mubobo ye. Inti no di Roma na nya de say Obre. But Napoli no need the right guys for the 3 back. And until now I'm decide say obe going for the 4 back plan. And amaneko. So far Morima. Also ono di okos kundu okosu yan say yakobo nipa miensa and esaso. Eno no de bebo ontie obi a eno no bebo because who say the system bebo na mana work am na timi achieve results e Manchester United in your no enti se o pese system no change na dia ene ono Amorim no yensesa no in modern times Antonio Conte na aba bebo 3 back ko England abo ni ye e dia ye bibi Thomas Frank nso bebo kakra Pasejo the odie bibi pa o Premier League nim that is the ultimate Conte winning a year the EPL no with a 3 back a youthful in a boarding day because so ko Crystal Palace na so also ko akwacho openi efe no Oliver Glasner 3 back no the FA Cup so do 3 back no the FA Cup 3 back na no the guso hwe nkrofo e o Premier League nim a obi ebo na baso no a push no and say but Manchester United could pay a replacement for Amorim no or more consider no 3 back with Maguire, Maximize Lacrosse and then Tarek Michel Jumapa Crystal Palace. The 3 back no is still useful. Amorim na na more the board warfare and a players na o ho no say you e was 4 back no use obebo no but also a man mre no mfanhye he will fix it. So then you come to the three back to say dear he na successful. The early times was the international stage and club football no na say you three back na omu use super, and those were the dominant days of Italian football. In the time Vittorio Pozzo ebe winning the World Cup back to back in 1934 in 1938. Now we use the three back method system of the 3-2-3-2 and no use and or the World Cup mienu. So Germany success world stage in 1954 was Switzerland. So even England beating them was the 1966 and again okay the German early times almost year success in 1974 as a Joe almost baba winning the World Cup in Italian anta na yes Germans na three back na no mobo sounds na Italians na so na three back na no mobo the Catenaccio days three back system even so go into the history books no akwa Italian coaches winning the UEFA Champions League in the early times the Nere Rueko said you nyina na three back na omo ebo before omo be prioritize the four back system obi who say no LCS stick to especially at the international stage. Brazil for no. When they came to the 1950 World Cup, the 1958 World Cup, I winning the 62, Eddie Beppim 70 no, and then that time no, now NS Happel, General or one of the old coaches. No, I prioritize the four back plan. I'm gonna work it. I'm a Reynolds Michel, so I be used to yes, as I'm gonna work it. I say Afrem Ramsey, as I baby do the 1966 World Cup. I'm a team ya win the trophies. And none of my Europeans the switch here said there be on even that Germany, Italy still not almost take it to a back na mobo before later Arrigo Sacchi straight to the four back plan, Giovanni Trapattoni straight to the four back plan, and I feel the Omunina best take it to the four backer or Mudia Jumadia Babisine. But still Conte is the master of the three back in recent times. Gian Piero Gasparini's success. Ewa Atlanta in a three back na Sajo. Or the Argent three back they still are a youthful in a boarding day football because Gian Piero Gasparini edge the Europa Cup for team your friend Atlanta. It is still youthful. We a coach and I also show materials now your players. Now who say and on a beboa, we will never me about Thomas Tuchel be bought three back or Chelsea Bonnier. Just that or no, they know it's a system, no one stick it to one style, one formation, but you don't know so Bonnier. Into your coach, now your players never boa now they are bought because Felipe Scolari did World Cup in 2002. It's about the coach, it's about the materials available. Now say Joe Odiabo, but so shema the four back now and more sources. Football mu a chain the three back no so say come because so far Real Madrid or Magic Champions League do said you Madrid has been a four back team from Miguel Munez, Jorge Vivalenga, Luis Canigia, the Babisi Vicente the Bosque, recent time to Carlo Ancelotti Babisine, Madrid a four back. Over Brazil or Magic 5 times World Cup 5 back. Into 5 said you the four back no etimia ye dwuma ni Sir Alex Ferguson success. Wow, Chucky in a 4 back. Pep Guardiola 4 back. Even Jose Mourinho, I am more dynamic 4 back. Carlo Ancelotti 4 back. Arrigo Sacchi 4 back. Into 4 back plan o Sergio. Etimia nya success. Reynolds Michel 4 back. Into Sergio 4 back plan no etimi enya success ewo ewiase football pa.
Okay.
Now, obi say obi bubo names me no say names no mo ye hwan. O chase se
Usu bempa ya usu bempa. Or the message be about the mekan kala nsem na okan no do we the odi basis here.
Okay.
We are na makan the pictures be support to here.
Okay.
Nti mpese ya pages here pictures no are ready for television na fe mekan usu bempa message no. Yeah.
Okay. O see Atemio Franchi. So you Atemio Franchi now ye FIGC president. You can say FIGC president Italian Football Federation no. Omo penny NH3 or sabe UEFA president for 10 years. Into ono na ye friend Atemio Franchi na ono ena sadio omo din ato Fiorentina stadium na eye Fiorentina ebo ball ho no Florence stadium no omo de ato na omo friend at Stadio Atemio Franchi. Sanso na obi se Renato de Ara eno nso Renato de Ara a former president of Bologna odi president in Kwan for 30 good years until free on na omo stadium ni eto no Stadio Renato de Ara. And obi say Mark Antonio Bettingodi said yo now you politician. Na the politics na oye no na ofri ekura efe Verona ewo Italy. Na ohwe eye Verona said yo na ni sika wo nyina na o de boa physical education and sports. Any citizens are no moving potembo into the sika no won nyina no ebre bia na o de boa ma akansie anase agokansie ni tumpon ewo ekura efe Verona and said you obe ukura no na will a oye no oyi quarter of the will at the masse obonfo say sika ne mfa mani pe ukrumo na momfa mo in terms of physical education nti no na ma omudi ne dey to e stadium a Hellas Verona ene Kero Verona esi akan a omo efre no Mark Antonio Bettingodi Stadium enso ewo ho.
Okay. Na ba me hwe osu bempa message na ansana what was so o say I'm not exactly sure if the fair play incident referee Kala is referring to is the one that happened at the Accra Sports Stadium in 2001. The said incident occurred in a league game between Hearts of Oak and Dawu Youngsters. Hearts of Oak player Charles Taylor attempted an overhead kick and fell awkwardly on his face in the Dawu goal area and temporarily lost consciousness. Dawu goalie Sumaila Abdullah quickly rushed to give a mouth-to-mouth respiration, resulting in Taylor regaining consciousness. It was journalist Ibrahim Sanidara who reported the incident to FIFA Safety and Security Committee, leading to FIFA awarding Sumaila with Fair Play Award in 2001. So it wasn't any Cameroonian journalist that reported it to FIFA. I personally covered the game for GTV as a match commentator. Usu Bempa and Ode Ehunfonia ni na send ewo Kessben TV inti sa fair play no edema goalkeeper, what's the name again? Sumaila Abdullah on a goalkeeper Emma Dawu Youngsters Sam Reno in this fair play na FIFA de Breno no and on Ibrahim Sani I don't know the other man see by Ibrahim Sani na the Emma goalkeeper no na jam finfin no the Usu Bempa this pictures are sending me see journalist Usu Bempa
Joe I'm reminding say I'm according to NC or Ghana na tournament.
Okay, the whole person is way different.
Very different
issue.
Okay.
Very different issue. Okay. I'm according to this tournament. I'm saying, but no, you go out there.
Okay.
I go ball friendly match. BO say BB blast, but that 20 and that 20 BB sha.
I think so. Even this one, the goalkeeper was not in the position. Say be our Koshana or Koyi.
BBC no.
Taylor. A ball who pry and a goalkeeper and a command.
Command a case of life.
Mouth to mouth resuscitation. And the command. Until Sani actually reported it, and the goalkeeper was awarded.
Okay.
So it's a different.
Oh, okay.
Kala
Pierre Toto no or Cameroonian or Tigana.
Okay.
No trauma sporting Kotoko people be.
Okay.
Even sporting BB no trauma.
All right.
Meaning the power because ba no die no don't go. No saba ebe da report junction. One of the hotels na Okoko school the Palace.
Okay.
No tada opantina me top pesa. Okay. Ono na report to sa Prince Amuako na yes ade no. And ya award the FIFA money $10,000 that time. And
okay.
Mirrors but me kai. Benti be ide am to me research be kai. Enti ono no ko shego. And a player and a prayer. Ujai ball no.
Okay.
Obobo no to twene.
Okay.
And appear to report here. And then ma ko jasa we a different issue.
Okay. Those about does na Rone Kale kan almost mo kai the whole canapa science no mo kai but the Kale kan a different graph from the whole I don't know say obakai the Kale kana I'm a Pierre Toto right?
Yeah.
Almost $10,000 in bread.
Prince
Amuako. Kotoko attacker no.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Prince Amuako de so ni ya sechi ne boom ba Kotoko. Nti ache.
Yeah. Okay. Nti Ozu the Kala still are all can so the all can a different crowd. No jeru tum there but we say sorry some no see. All right. Mami Samra, back to Andy Kerm. Minim say I know anything here.
Oh, have you? Me are no. And no one seven are walking. And I'm a boy. Why you teacher ni? Teacher ni na say. Oh, correct me idea.
Correct you. Me and a divu fraba.
Divu frobia my. What ya? Oh na oh match you. Oh chair coordinator.
Really coordinator. I know what you.
Oh say. Yeah, they say. Oh yeah say. Divu fraba. Divu fraba.
I say my draw no for.
Yeah, draw no be a team now we draw. No be different team and break kotoka.
Me draw no dada no. Team ne fi Nigeria ba no a.
I from say.
You from Kwara. Nye no ano.
Kando.
Na ma jure dada.
Osani obi ahontoro.
No ano no.
We di obi.
Na me ya wa na wo punch no wo.
Di obi ahontoro.
Ya bo Africa.
Ya bo na fi wa yi na.
Mati.
Kwa usu don ko na esro tutu.
On the over chairman. Jaro.
I say kwala we we be so.
Say kwara. If you are
on my back transport stadium. Be so. Okay. You to us Andy. Masa, you know the boy.
Him stripers and do my draw no for.
They are no can the team na no na kwata ni bebo.
Yeah.
Obi say Ramon Sanchez they pay one. And so na oye lawyer ni of Spain.
Yeah.
Oye former president of Sevilla. Na Sergio ne time na Sevilla etimi ba the Spanish La Liga. Ebe boy again asase na omo DC Stadio Ramon Sanchez de Peñuano said you need di kura na sha asase na no ntina Sevilla for boboko no omo di ne din ato stadium no society e sana obi nso say Horacio Elizondo ono nso hwan oye referee ada ofri Argentina na Sergio in 2000 ono ne referee two teams ever bought a final of a competition. Omutimi lobby or come boss or don't referee omo omudi ompese wodi. It was between Atletico Paranaense and then Sao Paulo from Brazil. No more bebe Copa Libertadores final and omo catch a come boss or no referee omo penal and pass utimi di ball 18 year. And in 2006 I don't know what TV so in 2006 finals of the World Cup between Italy and France no Sergio or penny a friend Horacio Elizondo ono ena etimi edi match no kama ema bibia nso etimi ekoso eye enso ewo ho nti ono ene referee America na semsa so ena obise Nicola Road
ma mefa we ntwam tentem World Athletics Championship na ekoso ewo Tokyo Japan 200 meter final no abaso na no alliance ono ena assign afabium 19.52 seconds and ODD first Noah Lyles 19.52 seconds Bednarik also the season's best 19.58 and ODD second also Americans and Jamaican A level ono toso miensa ono ne personal best no 19.64 Africa the near did so pa Tibogo okoto also 9 yeah the season's best no 19.65 and the toso and 9 all right indeed dino nyina no follow in that order South African the other South African Dambele ono toso and watch 20.23 seconds all right indeed and was
okay and obi also say okay, and quite a frank quiet team say free Spain, they were the Champions League in what where team you know I'm person alcohol. Obi say Man United. No, Obi say Chelsea. And near me and sign man, I say near me Chelsea lose two game no to Bayern Munich. Nina say poor selection for Enzo Maresca. Again, the tactics on the field of play no. And no can and again inexperience on the part of the Chelsea team. Nyama miensa we and a kabu mwa. Say players because you know there were players and almost first time UEFA Champions League ni. and now no we game no bia he obi to say Moises Casedo ya Geneswa o Premier League him say he's the best DM but now on the field of play not against the very best of midfielders Pavlovic and Joshua Kimmich but who said he no shaky look at the era or committee and he will be the same Alogosto again Enzo Fernandez was nowhere to be found in midfield and no Antimi am Chelsea a moment me am in defense gifting goals even Cocorella Mokrase Joe I don't know na hope I was even shocked and again James in midfield no nemfa so be any so one natural midfielders war also James in midfield again say Enzo Fernandez is not capable of playing the number 8 against Bayern Munich midfield he has no business to be in the lineup because in a comfortable position obetimi abo waba mo bia nso onimbo no the central midfield and he was not playing against the PSG midfield he was not playing against the Barcelona midfield he was playing against a Bayern mechanical midfielder omunya dominant omuni proper control in midfield now was Enzo nkobo 10 and you know game no na oninemusa infa so bia ni so the kupa makobo right nemfa so bia ni so the moment Andre Santos step into the field the difference between him and James were experienced he's a world-class talent but so in midfield there be an anomaly they won the first onyan against PSG no nkyere say chinchina no nsan fa me bomb midfield against Bayern Munich and so for me eno na niema ama Chelsea antimi amo game no antimi amo man win and if you look at the inexperience of the back line hwekwa no mfa so the ball na chiche no so for me and niema me nsa we na ama man who say Chelsea more the bon esreni
until ka football no anache ni tough abon say na Bayern for no nim boss in Chelsea
yes
okay
and that Chelsea to coach the hwie pa now me the man who say the round coaches no
what can be brain but na pen tough abon
we say
the tough Chelsea for na say
you know ba ya no some go for ba no de make ko hakoya again so dem ni ga kan na so wa ba support to the emfa
it will come from anuntum ya
fortune
na make be brain na o kan na tough
bona also do obi
the tough abon say na Chelsea
14 finish 16 finish for more Champions League
Adama.
Ora yetu aso.
Ya de ankanye ni baby. Dwene mu.
Tell okay.
Yankoi.
Obesity in Italy produce coaches. Spain coaches in here. But England their coaches no want and had their cry. So you number 1 Italians no. Omo a coaching school. I friend Covaciano. Ewo Florence. And on the TV suite. Into omukuro no omati coaching school into Sagana ha the FIG tonight a conscious effort to make sure say oma building a school for coaches into omo the adwuma omo ya so omo coaches are papa na oma bobre twem no the Sakis the Trapatonis the Capellos the late the Rocos omo wi adwuma na omo nya hwe no se dwo no omo kira de wa ha into tactics na omo di wuro omo nkrofo ni trimu saa. Into Italy continue to produce coaches after coaches and the very best of coaches. Into almost coaching school no na that TV so ya say do almost sua de e ho and unti na Italy for no coaching no and you know also they do to a chair yankopo ankasa san de acha wo. Into bi iko no munya proper replacement in any era when nya ba ko benya 2 Italian coaches ta obehun sa obobope odo mbeba be show. Into omo put to conscious effort to make sure they continue to produce the very best of coaches. Osa here no free wa almost how the Juventus school of football the players na ya omuko Juventus ntem no almost say sua coaching e wo Juve enti hwezine din Zidane hwe Antonio Conte hwe I go to do listen obetimi abobosa enti onwe o ball no omuse most teams in Europe na obo okra onwe na license no ko ya duru na bi obi say Iko Gundogan but Juve dia ne dia sajo are a part of their system. Inti saanete enu nti na me Italians no e produce the very best of coaches. So what the best Spain for ne ma coaches ne chance to omusua de wia omo the chance. Sajo inti hwe Pep Guardiola te La Masia sa na basa de omo platform na man so onyi no coach. Online on the job no fa making itself better. Hwe obi Tito Villanova. Hwe De La Fonte. Sajo inti Spain for no apart from say omusua de no omo didi akire omo ntena Omusua de area, they give them opportunities. And the opportunities omo de ma omo so omusua adwuma na omo timi wie yi. Nti hwe Mikel Arteta, e omu se ne Spain de, Basejo odi Pep Guardiola chi na wasua de a. Trophies obi apese ogino ntimi nyi, but clearly uhu se niema ne bia osua no manifest e wo na adwuma nim a oye. Nti the difference between Spain and Italy and America akano. Over England, said you, omo number 1, nyame amfa nche omo. Number 2, omo suade na dodo na omo nya opportunity. And omo nya opportunity no nso ntimi nya adwuma no na omama the clubs and the confidence to employ Premier League coaches. Who say here no free wa? Enam instant results at clubs na wo England depending no. Omo nyita mo ba be soso sa omo krom ho coaches ne so. Nti se jo o hwe Crystal Palace omo de Europa winning coach na ba be coach omo team. But at least so hwe Spain mo teams like Crystal Palace obviously a middle table team se jo omo ko spend kakaka ko fasika kasi en ko fa coach dabi. But England even Bournemouth omo nyina spend on foreigners omo betimi abo omo betimi a produce players and nature omo develop omo for them to sell. Nti hwafo we nkoa no hwe players are bomb of etimi aton e di ama world football PSG enya bi, Real Madrid enya bi, Liverpool enya bi. Nti sa Spain ni na beye to ho nti oja hokwa as de wonko for England or the Spain ni ebeba. Nti enu nti na ama England obi am pese o de na dwuma be ma England. Eddie Howe is doing a very good job e wo Crystal Palace e wo Newcastle United. But so what he has you was tall baby waka na waka ho. And now look at the brilliant first half from Newcastle United. After the game, me who said post coach mu nyina tweet about the performance of Pedri and other players. But so in the first half, the Barcelona midfield was nowhere to be found. Yeah. It's a game no sanity. The confidence omo de bema English coaches omo nya dwuma nte said omo de ma Garisagit no. Manchester United will not do that. Arsenal will not do that. Chelsea will not do that because even so on cry or so GBB also ye be more say who progressive because omu tuesi kakese the top players. Tina bomb of team signing player for 45 million pounds. So Brambe bomb team they don't joke with these coaches at all.
Amaku's case was in AFCON 2002. Also bempana sign anyway abre also he's already been watching no okay. Also Amaku's case was in AFCON 2002 in Mali in a quarter-final game between Ghana and Nigeria where Amaku kicked the ball out of play to allow the referee halt the game to enable medics attend to a Nigerian keeper Ike Shorumu, who was in suspected medical distress following a hectic goal area tussle. Wow. Usubempa.
Some say after what you say you're kind of different. He's not giving us some details on
about
what we are talking
so we
about.
and only
it's positive.
Wow.
It's positive.
Usubempa. Boss me who watch it papa ticket to never would
she wa no need to bo
I don't want to go with it all day. All right, Andy, it was
you know we say man you akese obana yan kese obi a football sa na tie e to be a okosora e to be a beba fam obi anya bida the golden spell and the dry spell exist in football. Now, man, you players now, we call me born. Me say right for them before goals, na basa for grass on the neighbor. Now, on yadi, but I know I push 2 goals. And I said, you team be oha ukutoba. Ukra pressure sote because you have about 5, 6, 7 players. Omuye human into brain sote. Barcelona is that type. Again, offer other players. Said your team be also have a pressure creating ulusuma to be anga. For Scott McTominay, Napoli, how many times we call discussing Napoli got on match? Mohamed Kwako mass pressure. But Amorim Becca said in less than 1 month at Man United, the number of press conferences are here. It is more than the number of press conference or in all these years. I was sporting CP pressure, big team. Among for any DHD. Manchester United, Nantia Bahokra Benantino, Yitimi de Betra platform back also discussing in 2 hours. Into New United Nayaka so Nemum coach in the Honi CC, and at a point said, "My you to be a Omutimina coach, no money players. Omutimina players, no money coach. One more day, Adana, I would say, Comutiminka, by her other pool him. The other pool him crying shame crying until Bianca Silbia football sanity.
A man of 200 meters and also barrier Tokyo. World Athletic Championships, but also Kosovo Tokyo, no. As Ababa, from nowhere, say 100 meters, or something for 200, no. Jefferson Wooden, or something for 200 meters, no. 21.68 seconds, and or they win here 200, no. Hunt at also Mienu, and I feel Sherry Jackson, and so I got also Miensa, 22.14, 22.18, and almost the we a man 200 meters no intina and so no mpamto ma ehwehwe bia me man de no ne man de no otu ma ehwe bia ansa na pege mo ani beje pa monya hodwo kakra mfama me your pages and Tony Montana momode na mama sanka 200 meters no kwaya no na else if so win here and ababa isudi all right Tony Montana
Sadio
mind you kotokone Macquarie United match no nti jutwaso na yankwa no na so fasa game no
because I'm like a baby and something we dey na dey neutrality
okay one for kotokone kwa ne be kan waso papa
you know how can you so man for bibia
we can local stories no say team more
me dem train me
okay all right
me
cool
okay me yen intentem Asian Kante Michael Asian Sadio Asian and Kante mo level omo ye comparison na omo check the class of midfield at that time na Asian no omo bono the class of midfield at that time Asian time no and that time to command a position in that Chelsea team omo here born nko a Sadio that time Balak Makelele Lampard these were established and world-class players. Makelele alone, if you remember, it take you almost 12 years no money Champions League that. Almost to players Makuma for the replacing or Real Madrid team. Almost an Asian or more pre or midfield. Michel Ballack was a whole institution in Germany. In 2002 World Cup, Ballack at na bench onya look at one team Germany for. And Ballack was a whole institution in Germany at that time. In the 2000 bar, the babysitter about Chelsea. Frank Lampard. One of the English greats in recent times. And an Asian or more bomb food. Say to Muna Kakante or better bench. Secante or better bench. And here, and he was competing with the very best of Javi, Andres Iniesta, Lionel Messi, day in, day out in the Champions League. No, ni Javi Alonso, Javier Alessandro Mascherano, ni Steven Gerrard, a pre in the Champions League. And those were the class of the AC Milan midfield of Gattuso and Pirlo. Na Juventus so one level of midfielder. Satam no se. Enya ne as a AC Milan ayemre, Juve ayemre. Enti obi etimishe bi no. AC was in a class of his own, and he was proving in big games. Barcelona against Chelsea no about what them. Arsenal versus Chelsea no about what them. You know, Emrofo de Opebusa former Chelsea players and so who see omo interviewer. Mikel Obi will tell you, I say he was something else. Into Asian Sadu, he was special. Omo ko back no ko African players na that time no munya bi bomb Emrofo nim no. No Pia was special. Samuel Eto'o was special, DJ Drogba was special, Essien was special, Jejo Okocha was special, Tony Yeboah was special, Abedi Pele was special. Nene easy. Say we betimi make you mark a big stage European football. Inti here omunya Kante sem that is my lesson on your screen. Kante o boss abo we bia nem kura beton. Ontimi nto aso. Essien was something else.
Good afternoon. Did I hear Andy say Reece James of Chelsea is a world class player for the way? Andy Derry.
Okay. See, he was a world class talent. James, when he is fit, will you mention 3 best right backs in the game without him? Omame the 3 best right backs in the game without James. You are saying Omame 3 right back omunimbo. So be a fitter. Omo better chair James.
I see. Yanko Swe.
Now obi as Pedri ni Ventina and obi busa say footwork. Ma obi anfa Ventina and to Pedri when it comes to footwork. Gabon is huge. Ventina is a very good controller. He direct the ball very well. He conduct everything in midfield. But footwork there, La Masia, Pedri conduct the game very well. He direct the game very well. Yansan keep ball no, and Ventina size no. Inti footwork there, General Momon Fabintina and Kototo Pedri. Pedri won him a chair. So they my real foreigner.
Okay.
Now, my member, obviously the first match of the Ghana Premier League, in exciting games. For Kotoko to break the record, 15 years. Intimate share breakum da, koshe breakum hasafo. Record na there be tehona said the same old story. In a very good first weekend, we enjoyed the games in a bet. Even our only problem was the pitches. And general, who's a club license and man fatter quality pitch. Rules name this type. So her pitches na a boss of bona. Who's a yamianim no craning ye.
He funny one pay.
I wasn't impressed with Kohoy. I wasn't impressed with Brekum. Nimino Moyamani impressed.
Okay.
Inti. So almost yet inspection in the Asajo. Yeah, or careful with the pitches because your pitches now. You know, be try a ball and come here, so be here and say, as I said, the difference between the European games, apart from the quality, the branding, the videos or the band, a pitch. So there's all here look at football and also check the camera for the dinner. The other toes were the only pitch. Oh, dear, her pitch and enough far better to ye the enemy. Mama, ye the enemy. Difference now, no. What difference now, no.
The cameras in the difference in the bar.
Debbie, camera, a man, a bright, me the tomb. But the idea. What the camera and all the one with the grab it to a Inti, ya mumpe video break come near other venues nam kind be. Inti no near idea who say Madi one no. General pitch in a dear. Quality brand of football, excitement, enjoyment of fans, stadium Mombinya. Players now ya pesi who excellent football free or more no. Even referees no crow move to Mricano said yo. Ya pesi who very good pitch because no and a bema de be among 40 no more sha. Omudisi kape baba she league na ma clubs and so team neska. Yeah babe liga buy this car ba obi na 10 billion. Is you know to be a one ton. Game ni bi ko yie. Eni ma so betiti in the first match no say do. Want to referee bi anka. Solid referee for na my first class performance in the first game. E be si na maintain say above match they won we no bi akoka say referee di ti ame referee general referee for na my excellent game. Ya de omo card here into omo nto aso saa. Akatua last season the still omo ntua. Passageau referee for na the first game, my second game no omo mesai no. Omo nto aso no omo ma game no nyefe. Na manfo ani ni league because general nti said you dey hwe na hwe de ya ode buy no. We class ya we titi pictures na mo de mai. Yeah, we dey say titi pictures. Na so ba ko ne justice blame mu dey there. Titi pictures na mo de mai. Nti in all I'm saying that
one was more for we na ba.
2018 asa na mo abetwa ne. Nti said you the American ina ne say ye pitch in there. Yen try say ye be improve the standard of the pitch because eno na be ma obi hwe ball na ayefe na ni ade so we kwakọ eno na player na o person hu say ball no nimbo no betimi abo e de ama na so ani aso nti my day one said you no problem for my day one Rafika Lamukra 95% problem be any ho nti you enjoy match day one. Do you know
Tibia teams ni be the protest na dey how will you know?
Oh, Sergio. Say, no, you know, match no mko diti omo aka kire yo. Oh, better test bi ama. Kala me boa. Oh, omo better test videos ni bi ama. Omo abe ma message. Say referee aba be die tia. En Sergio, the truth is that you started league na dia. Ya na referee for na ho tre. Na ye ko ye shasia.
The business end wa.
The business end of the pitch na dia.
Yambo referees committee na baso if say we first league na the come as a center BI senior referee.
Okay.
FIFA for no excellent. So we started league now the penifo bi di kai say akola no okwa.
Yeah.
Ohun say manwe it depends on the like last week or so this weekend.
Okay.
Uja no be so third week. Uja no be corner out you na unya bindi. So na me che no. Appointment that pass second week no. Me person me bu obi abem but my committee na ni nje say when your first match excellent. It is second match we no. Omo the referees be a come match a. Me share some match no. So omo American technical me can offer me be say me can am obi but technical people me can win.
Okay.
You see, say, akola share ball as na de ne kopie match kese mu a. Eduru ba bia, o man spirit ko fom.
Okay.
So de me share no. Enti me kan omunim na me kan sa match no. Me bom pa so be excel.
Okay.
Because any match I say, o ma obi a o ye green a oba foforo.
Okay.
At least aka panyi ba ku ginem. Na akola ba ku fourth referee, na akola ba ku assistant referee. Na che say omo sua. Sa de re nyina esua ye.
Okay.
Ne edi omo ti ne esua so venom ye kwa ye ni say na ye ti na ye ti me be dru ba bi edu ye. But man kola ne nko a. Na be nipa 4 as nipa 3. Match ba ku bi e wo mu no. Me ka kire na omo ko na sa anye ya. What damp omo spirit. But nkola nso obi a ye di odi obi ati sa na be dru ba bi a wadru no. Enti men ka say first match na ko yie. Enti we no ye de omo kwa be yie. Esa at least now the omo tete kwanje kakra no agru me omo se bedu obo se omo ye perfect na hoto aba.
All right. Andy is so nostalgic because the way he talks about the old players is just something else. Desmond Angomasu.
Okay. You know, I'm in fact talking my best 10, best 11 for the past 10 years in Emrana.
Okay, Tony, into videos now already. All kasa nyina mo fam kakra na yenhwe videos no. Me try 100 meters ni 200 meters no. Member ndie no na ko yenhwe sirisi koye.
Explodes out of the block, so does Bednarek, and Level's going well too. Taboho in touch as well in the middle as they come round the bend, and Lyles charging for the line, but Bednarek level, and Taboho still in touch, but Lyles coming through. Lyles takes it, Bednarek in second, and I think Taboho and Level were close for the third, but Lyles takes the win in 19.52. Bednarek in second.
I can really emphasize race with you. Emphasize before some come man the baby. Munjai man, yes, I'm from man race with you.
Get away first time, and Lyles explodes out of the block. So does Bednarek, and Level's going well too. Taboho in touch as well in the middle as they come round the bend, and Lyles charging for the line, but Bednarek level, and Taboho still in touch, but Lyles coming through. Lyles takes it, Bednarek in second, and I think Taboho and Level were close for the third, but Lyles takes the win in 19.52. Bednarek in second, not much love.
And this time they're cleanly out of the blocks, and Sharika Jackson is already at the front. But look. And this time they're cleanly out of the blocks, and Sharika Jackson is already at the front. But look at the outside lane where we've got Arsha Smith bad immediately. We've got Jeff Wooden who's hit the front. She is unstoppable. She's flying. There's too much leaving daylight between the two. 21.69 seconds. It's a world leading time. And Jefferson Wooden becomes the first double world champion in the 100 and 200 since 2013. Amy Hunt can't believe that she's taken. And this time they're cleanly out of the blocks, and Sharika Jackson is already at the front. But look at the outside lane where we've got Arsha Smith bad immediately. We've got Jeff Wooden who's hit the front. She is unstoppable. She's flying. There's is too much leaving daylight between the two. 21.69 seconds. It's a world leading time. And Jefferson Wooden becomes the first double world champion in the 100 and 200 since 2013. Amy Hunt can't believe that she's taken.
Wow. Nti Mafuamu enjoy a World Athletics Championships because Tokyo Japan memo and Nasam Gitwakra Jefferson Wooden 100 meters to 200 meters in an a simple grad from nowhere. Just say Obeti Obiadi and Nasam Gitwakra. Also and I know Lyles also afa